Hello and welcome to the World Series of Darts. We're in Amsterdam for the very first Dutch Darts Masters. On this glorious evening here in the Netherlands, round one gets underway as 8 Dutch players take on 8 PDC stars in a knockout format. Good evening from the Ziggo Dome here in Amsterdam, where we have quite simply the strongest lineup in World Series history. It really is a mouth-watering lineup. Well, here's the order of play for tonight then. 8 first-round ties, all best of 11 legs. First up, Johnny Clayton back in the PDC fold after not being in Copenhagen, up against Jermaine Wattimena. Fallon Sherrock, who got a first World Series win at the Nordic Masters, up against Mike Kuyvenhoven. James Wayne takes on Jeffrey Desvan. World number 2 Gerwyn Price up against Vincent van der Voort. Michael Smith, the US Masters champion, up against Martijn Kleermaker. Then Dimitri van den Bergh, the Nordic Masters champion, up against Ron Meulenkamp. Michael van Gerwen takes on Danny Noppert in arguably the tie of the first round. But the last tie of the night shouldn't be bad either. Peter Wright up against Dirk van Duijvenbode, who was sensational at times at the World Cup a week ago. Right, well, let's get the first ever Dutch Darts Masters underway.
Amsterdam! It's time to play darts. Please welcome first, making its second World Series appearance, ranked number 38 in the world. It's the machine gun, Jermaine Wattimena! And then his opponent making his 6th World Series appearance. He is the reigning World Series Finals champion, currently ranked number 8 in the world, the reigning World Grand Prix champion, the Ferret, Johnny Clayton!
Well, in New York, it was Michael Smith. In Copenhagen, it was Dimitri van den Bergh. And who will take the Dutch Darts Masters here in Amsterdam this weekend? Always a terrific atmosphere, but without doubt, the strongest World Series field ever, without a shadow of a doubt. With 15 tour card holders and, of course, the ever-impressive Fallon Sherrock. People tend to forget as well, because it seems such a long time ago. Yes, he's the Premier League champion from 2021, but Johnny Clayton is also the defending World Series champion. Won it last year and could do with, to be fair, another win. They've been a bit thin on the ground for the Ferret of late.
Yeah, he certainly could, looking for that first title of 2022, despite putting in a lot of impressive performances, particularly in the Premier League. But Jermaine Wattimena, the machine gun, is a player who looks destined for pretty lofty heights in professional darts. And then, as has happened to a number of players, COVID hit, threw a big roadblock in the way of his career, and he's still trying to find his feet again. There are signs, though, and there are signs for a few players that you'll see over the course of this evening here at the Ziggo Dome in Amsterdam. Some of these Dutch guys, some of them, without doubt, amongst the best in the world. Some of them struggling a little.
121.
But it's a platform to relaunch their careers.
It's a good point that you make. I mean, you talk about the dominance of Michael van Gerwen in recent years. But of the next crop, we have Benito van der Pas, who's sort of disappeared. Jelle Klaassen, who's lost his tour card. Watamina down at 38. De Zwaan at 47. Mullenkamp at 53. A handful of players
44.
who on their day absolutely superb, but have not really taken that next step. And you know, we'll see three of them tonight in Watamina, De Zwaan and Rob
59.
Mullenkamp. But the next lot, we've got Danny Noppert succeeding, Dirk van Dijvenbode, Kleermaker, Kuyvenhoven, Nenches, Zonneveld. There's that middle ground we haven't quite seen kick on, as you mentioned.
Hang about. Well, he'll take a ton from here. That's exactly what he gets, Johnny Clayton. Leaves himself on tops after 15 darts on throw.
99. Johnny requires 40.
We'll expand on that point as the match goes on. The state of Dutch darts, as Johnny Clayton here looking to take the opening leg.
In from the first leg. Johnny
he
Clayton,
does.
second leg Jamaica throws third.
Pleased with that, Clayton. Took him 17 darts, doesn't matter. He's off and running. Yeah, it's the sort of the school after, if you know what I mean, from Michael van Gerwen dominance, who've fallen by a bit of a wayside.
Well, counterpoint, Stuart Pike.
96.
Some of the guys you'll see tonight. Danny Noppert, UK Open champion this year, of course, and a man firmly established in the top 16 of the world. And Dirk van Dijvenbode, who is electrifying the darting scene.
For me, they're the level after.
Well, maybe your opinion will change over the next couple of days, Stuart Pike.
Well, they might, yeah,
Because
might
you
well
might
do,
see some
but
shots.
I just feel that for Watamina and De Zwaan, etc., Mullenkamp,
92.
there's a bit of a wasted opportunity. They've always been there or thereabouts, but never really any much more than that.
Well, let's put it this way. You can illustrate that point by looking at these two players. A couple of years ago, Johnny Clayton was a very, very dangerous player, but an inconsistent one. And Jermaine Watamina was a lot more consistent. In fact, he won pretty much every time he played Johnny Clayton. But that's not happening now. Jermaine has fallen away. COVID and everything else has interrupted his career, but the Ferret has taken it as an opportunity and just got better and better and better and done what Jermaine wanted to do. He wants treble 20, doesn't get it, and Clayton will have a chance of going 2-0 up here in a race to 6.
Johnny requires 68.
Makes it look easy. 2-0 it is. Jermaine Watamina in a race to 6 already up against it. Yeah, I mean, you'll have been there as well at World Championship maybe 3-4 years ago. Played an absolute stormer against Gary Anderson and probably should have won. Some of the best darts that you will see, but it wasn't quite enough even then.
Well, 3 times a PDC ranking finalist, made a major quarter-final, a couple of last 16 runs and heartbreaking, narrow defeats at the World Championship. Jermaine Watamina has been very, very close to a big breakthrough. Just hasn't really happened, and now his form has dipped off. There are signs of a resurgence, but he has a lot of work to do. And every time he gets up on that TV stage, it's an opportunity. But the stats don't make good reading over the last couple of years, because he's only won 4 games in TV tournaments. That's out of nearly 20. And this one hasn't started as he would have wished, because Johnny Clayton is just going about his business without lighting up the Ziggo at the moment.
134.
Clayton really hasn't been pushed so far. Yeah, but they're long overdue. A win. He'd love to win on the World Series again, that's for sure.
77.
A chance here maybe for Watamina.
Healthy crowd here in Amsterdam, as you would expect. We're in for one heck of an evening with some top players and some stern examinations for some of the top boys in PDC darts. Double top for Jermaine. The machine gun fires back.
Jermaine Watamina. Both legs Jermaine to throw first. Game on.
Partisan as they should be as well. Oh, a sudden, not quite sure Johnny appreciated it. Jermaine Wattimena did. Right in the face of the ferret.
100.
I think Johnny was just a bit of collateral damage in that one. Not sure it was directed at Johnny.
45.
But the adrenaline still coursing through the veins of the machine gun there. Follows it up with a 45.
That, for me, is kind of Jermaine Wattimena. 116 out, 180, 45.
95.
And then
135.
And it is, it's the inconsistency of Jermaine Wattimena, and to a certain extent it makes you know, good watching. It's what makes him entertaining to watch, because you never quite know.
Do you know about this? Ooh, can't find the treble 19.
89.
Johnny Clayton with the biggest of finishes. There's room, but he can't find it. So we could have a level game when it looked like the ferret might be running away with this one.
2-2.
2-2.
Jermaine Wattimena. Fifth leg, Johnny to go first. Game on.
Yeah, we do have a game now. Warming up nicely. But yeah, I mean, Wattimena, career stalling, working it out, hasn't reached a quarter-final in any event for nearly 2 years. Any event, that's 59 tournaments.
Playing in front of his home fans might make a difference, though.
100.
We saw him in Zwolle, which is just about an hour away from here, on the Euro Tour a few weeks ago. And he managed to win his first game in that tournament.
80.
That was his first win in 8 matches on the Euro Tour, stretching back the best part of 2 years. Playing in front of your home fans can do things. It can inspire you. That's what Jermaine is hoping, because he needs a bit of inspiration. This is inspired. Oh, needed all 3 to get to a finish, but he's still applying the pressure on the ferret throw.
I think it's fair to say most of us are expecting 3, maybe 4, maybe more.
60.
Who knows?
Of
the Dutch guys to come through the first round. Wattimena be the first.
73.
Now then, Jermaine
You require 125.
starting on the ball. 25 and ball. No, he goes down for the 17s and gets it. Double 12.
101.
Oh my word. Nearly 1-2-5 taken out to go into the lead. It would have been 3 legs on the spin and 2 against the darts.
Game shot.
But the ferret shuts the door.
Johnny Clayton to collect Jermaine to throw first.
Perfect way to silence the crowd.
121.
But you feel they're going to get louder and louder as the night goes on here in Amsterdam.
Well, Jermaine Wattimena
60.
is very much in this game, and you mentioned that we're all kind of expecting some of the host nation players to take out some of the big
100.
names on the World Series Tour tonight. This probably wasn't one of the games where you're thinking it's more likely to happen, but Jermaine Wattimena is giving as good as he is getting.
125. 45.
Well, only 45 again from Jermaine. First 2 legs to Clayton, next 2 legs to Wattimena. And Clayton finds the maximum. It could be the next 2 legs to the ferret.
140. Johnny require
Jermaine down to a 2-darter.
136.
The ferret is in the treble 20. He can't find it there, and he needed to. Decision to make here for Jermaine.
100.
Could start on the bull again,
195.
and does. 45 left, 32 left. Nothing left, 3-all.
Jermaine Wattimena.
96 average, Clayton. 94/95, Watamina. Good standard to kick off the night.
Well, the only couple of times that Johnny Clayton has beaten Jermaine Watamena, he's needed a last leg decider. He's lost the other 5 meetings. Yes, that's back when Jermaine was at the peak of his powers and Johnny Clayton hadn't metamorphosized into this all-conquering major title-winning ferret that he is today. But Jermaine has had his number more often than not in the past.
I still feel that Ferret looks for another maximum. I still feel that Jermaine is, however quick he is, he's slowed down from how he used to be. I mean, he used to be rapid, but I think he's possibly at least a second more releasing those 3 darts.
Yes! Johnny Clayton.
We've seen some brilliant finishing. That 99 tops, 116, 95 from Watamina.
100.
What a way to start the Dutch Darts Masters. Well, point was touching the board, so it does count.
59. 59.
Big Ajax fan, Jermaine Watamina. That's being played in the shadow of the wonderful Cruyff Arena, home of Ajax Amsterdam, literally just over the road.
59. 60.
I mentioned last leg deciders. I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a few of them on this opening night.
Well, that 177 puts Johnny Clayton a 1 treble combo away from a 5-3 lead.
38.
Big moments in this game. The world number 8 and World Series champion, the Ferret. He could stay there. Well, it looked a good guide for the treble 20.
I agree. It was worth staying than poor last start. We've seen some brilliant finishing from Watamina.
78.
Agonisingly close, and it might be a crucial one as well.
You think Johnny should be better off than 63? One dart.
47. Jermaine required 32.
He's got hold of the Ferret's tail, and he's not letting go. It is 4 apiece.
Yeah,
getting the crowd involved as well. A little right spile on the Clayton face.
140.
He loves a fight, does the Ferret, on the hockey. Really thrives on it. One break of throw each.
100. 100.
Good authoritative leg on throw for Johnny Clayton. It is just 2 holds of throw that he needs to see this out, and he's looking very, very good for one of them here. Does he use the ball? He probably should. What's the plan, Ferret? Well,
60.
now he's going to have to use all 3 darts to finish that off, unless he does something ridiculous.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
He cares not for maths, Stuart.
Johnny require 101.
96 or 101, which would you prefer? Clearly 101.
77.
Well, he should get another crack at it.
61.
And he will get another crack at it, but there's going to be pressure. Could be a dart at the bullseye here for Jermaine. Yeah, he used it. It is the Dutch influence that first introduced this shot at the bullseye for exactly those situations. But it does not matter because Johnny Clayton produces the little ferret finger and goes one leg away from the next round.
99. $140.
Well, he's edged it, Clayton.
140.
But there's not been a huge gap between them. And having gone 2-0 up, Jermaine Wattimena has made him work so hard for this lead.
100.
And there is still work to be done to haul himself into the quarterfinals.
One leg of darts, it looks like it could well be. One leg of darts. Winner, by the way, will play Vandenberg or Mullenkamp. We'll see a little later on.
Another. Double seven. Magnificent from Wattimena. We're going the distance. Johnny Clayton, the World Series champion, the machine gun Jermaine Wattimena. It's a one-leg shootout in the opening match of the tournament in Amsterdam.
81.
What can Jermaine do here then?
96.
Level pegging. One leg of dart to go through to the quarterfinals.
59.
Not the time to falter, Johnny.
They're both feeling it. That's two opportunities Wattimena has had. Clayton will just try and lift that over.
60.
Pressure. Pressure. Pressure, but Wattimena here.
100.
Well, even a one treble visit looks like a good one. And the crowd, a hush has descended on the Ziggo Dome. Now they're trying to get it going again.
100.
Because Clayton has not left the finish, and Jermaine should do from here. And will do.
Clenched fist for a treble 19 and a 150 finish.
He shoos the bullseye again. He went gambling, looking for the treble.
Mystifying from Clayton.
138.
Wattimena favourite. What can Clayton do for 116?
Can he squeeze one in? Not quite. Match darts incoming for Jermaine Wattimena. And the World Series champion, the world number 8, could be sent tumbling out of the tournament. And that's exactly what's happened. Jermaine Wattimena sprints off and is jumping with delight. He has beaten the ferry and is through to the quarters.
Well, a celebration. It could be a celebration of the world champion. But it's a priceless win for Jermaine Wattimena. And the first shock of the night, Wattimena takes out Clayton.
It's time to play darts. Please welcome first the man making his second World Series appearance, currently ranked number 52 in the world. From Naaldwijk, it's Mike Kuipenhoven! And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet the lady who created history in 2020, making her 6th World Series appearance. Please welcome the 2021 Nordic Darts Masters finalist, the Queen of the Balance, Fallon Sherrock!
Well, what a start we've had to the Dutch Darts Masters here in Amsterdam. Jermaine Wattimena getting the show off to a fantastic start with his win over Johnny Clayton. And now Fallon Sherrock, who had a terrific win in the Nordic Darts Masters in Copenhagen a short time ago. And she was far too good for Darius Labanowskis. And Mike Kijvenhoven. You know, we talked in the first game about a breed of Dutch players who were struggling to take the next big step. Well, Kijvenhoven is in the group after that, just 33 years of age and on the verge of the world's top 50. And of course, we know all about Fallon. She's got a big week ahead after this. The PDC Women's Series with places on offer for the first ever Women's World Match Play at the Magical Winter Gardens in Blackpool next month. So Fallon to get us underway, first to sixth, winner to play James Wade or Jeffrey Deswan. And we know that Fallon Sherrock will put up a brilliant show, and that's a terrific start. And Mike Kijvenhoven already knows, as he didn't know before, this is going to be a tough 20 minutes or so.
Yes, it certainly is, Stu. I mean, as Labanowskis proved last week, it is tough to play against Fallon. She's a brilliant player in her own right, but you get down to the doubles and the crowd gets on your back a little bit. That's when the nervy darts start to be thrown. But just got to mention Wattimena's performance against Johnny Clayton, to go to the last leg and pull it out like that. Absolutely brilliant. We knew how good, well, all the Dutch players are, Stu, but Wattimena is one of those players that has not really done it for the last couple of years, but he certainly found some great form in that previous match.
95.
Well, just to reiterate what we're saying, not just for Wattimena, but for Jeffrey Deswan and to a certain extent Ron Mullenkamp as well later on. This is the perfect platform to get their careers back on track. Home crowd, partisan, loud, passionate. A chance to take out some of the big names. Just get some confidence, some fire back in the belly for the challenges ahead.
Well, another treble would certainly smarten it up. That's a brilliant visit from Kijvenhoven. He really has put the pressure on, but 112, it's a nice number. 2 darts at the same treble, that treble being treble 20. It's missed it, so Kijvenhoven's going to come back. At least 1 dart at the bullseye.
Mike, you
Would
require
like to look
85.
at perhaps the treble 15 for the tops.
Oh, the ball it was. That's what he wanted. That's what he got. Oh, what a fantastic start for Mike Kijvenhoven. Brilliant darts.
Second leg, Mike to throw first. Game on.
Well, Kijvenhoven with the first leg against the darts. Brilliant bullseye finish.
91.
Should just give him a little bit of confidence. And of course, Stu, he's not going to get the stick from the crowd that perhaps other players have got when playing Fallon.
40. 93. $100. $43.
Yeah, poor last one, giving Fallon Sherrock a bit of an opportunity here.
Yeah, I mean, the first 3 darts she threw of the match were brilliant darts. First one straight in the treble 20 and high, but a lot of her first darts now are starting to drop just below the treble, and she's having to switch. She just needs to start over pitching the first dart just to get it up. Even if it misses the treble just above, it gives you the perfect guide. And all dart players work on where the first dart is, and again we see it going low from the target.
58.
I touched briefly on the Women's World Match Play, the first ever, coming up next month. It's Kai Van Hoven, who hit a 174 in the opening leg and whisked her away from a 177. The growth of the women's game since Fallon took to the Ali Pali stage all those years ago and beat Metzior Sulovic and Ted Everts at the World Championship. It's grown at a rapid rate. 8-8 though for 2-0 for Mike Kai Van Hoven. Very impressive. 85 followed by 76 and 2-0 it is. But yeah, this weekend in the UK, 4 more women's series events. And then at the end of that, the top 8 from the women's series so far in 2022 will qualify for that prestigious finale. And who'd have thought it, Rod, even 4 or 5 years ago that women's darts would have grown
60.
and hold the stature that it does now.
Well, it's down to this young lady. When you start getting tweets from Billie Jean King, then
34.
you're certainly on the right road. PDC has obviously identified that, and that's why. And the women's game can only grow from here, Stu, you know, with more tournaments,
96.
more money. So they'll have their own tour.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
also attracting young girls to start the game, and I think not playing the game. I think that's
57.
what Fallon Sherrock has done.
Absolutely. You can't buy what Fallon did for the game. It just happened, and you know, when those sort of things happen,
40.
you've got to take advantage of it, and that's what Matt Porter and the PDC staff and the board have done. And that's why she is where she is right now.
47.
But she's got a tough task here, Stu. Kai Van Hoven is just starting to get into a bit of a rhythm. Those 2 checkouts. If anything's going to settle a player down, it's 2 checkouts like that. You think, well, I'm not worried about me scoring so much because I'm going to hit the doubles.
Fallon, of course, will feature in the World Series down under in August.
60.
Head to Townsville, to Wollongong, and then back to Hamilton in New Zealand.
$100.
Yeah, just steady away, isn't he, Mike Kai Van Hoven? And at the moment, that's enough.
Yeah, Fallon can't find the treble, can she?
59.
She just keeps
Mikey
opening the door.
McGuire, 164.
Kai Van Hoven has been throwing brilliant darts at very crucial times. He did it in the first 2 legs and then took the checkouts. He's
58.
messed up this time, so
Fallon, you require
a chance here, but she's
144.
got to set it up. Got to be at least a ton or around that mark.
90.
Well, that's a great last dart.
Mikey
Just
McGuire,
puts the pressure up.
106.
Well, a leg that Sherrock simply has to win, I think. Well, she's going to get a dart and a double.
I'd have stayed on the treble 20 there.
Fallon, you
Perfect
require
guide.
I agree. A double 18 to get on the board.
Games on
good
the
dart.
third leg. Fallon Sherrock. Fourth leg.
Finishing is normally very, very good.
Yeah, especially on the double 18. She's really consistent on there, and that's why she left it. I mean, I remember against Ted Everts and again, as you mentioned earlier, Sulovic, the time she took out that double 18 at crucial times.
100.
Another new arena for the sport here in Holland, in Amsterdam, the Ziggo Arena, which is
57.
well known for hosting big events, big pop concerts. Big time darts this weekend.
45.
Well, we're right next door to the Ajax Stadium, the Johan Cruyff. Us Holtons remember him.
One of the greatest ever, Johan Cruyff.
136.
Good visit from Fallon Sherrock.
$60.
Well, there is, under the cap, Donny van der Beek, Manchester United player. Well, spent a lot of last season on loan at Everton, helping Everton stay in the Premier League, Rob. I wish we could sign him permanently, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Great player, Van der Beek, great lover of this sport as well. A great opportunity here for Fallon.
74.
But she's in a good position here to make it 2 apiece.
Oh, double 10 now. What a killer blow this would be.
130. Fallon, you require
Fallon off there. She needs to clear this up, get it back to 2 legs apiece, and then she's got the throw back. Oh, she's chasing all the way around the dartboard.
Well, is that the moment? 4 missed darts for 2 all. We shall see.
Well, double 5 is never a give me, is it? Well, perhaps it is a give me to Mike Klavenhoven. Takes a 3-1 league. I mean, those missed darts at the double fell. It cost her 2 legs. She should be 2 all. She finds herself 3-1 down.
Well, that really could be
44.
the game changer. As Fallon was so far ahead in that leg, missed the initial tops, then missed 3 more, and you know, we talked about her finishing being strong. You can see what happens when it isn't.
45.
Yeah, she did the kind of the right thing. When she missed the first double top, it went high, so she'd come back for the tops. But failed to take it out. You cannot
60.
afford in this lineup to miss any doubles.
A lot of room.
100.
Never really in doubt for me after the first one went in.
Well, we talk so often about the first dart, how it sits in the treble, how it looks keen to the eye of the player, and certainly the first dart set it up perfectly. Can he follow it?
$84.
Of course, in the autumn, we'll be back here in Amsterdam for the World Series finals themselves. Big finale.
$60. $100. Mike, you require 132.
Come on, Mike. Ball, double 16. Put on a show.
Well, he's got to go for the bullseye. Oh, no, he doesn't have to with Fallon on 181. That's a beautiful setup. It's going to come back. 3 darts at tops for a 4-1 lead. Fallon's just not been on the mark, still, is she? You know,
Mike, you require 40.
not any scoring power consistently at all for
Games from the fifth
Cliven
leg.
Hoven.
Mike
Now
Cliven
4 legs to 1 up, and now he can see the
Single
finishing
leg
line.
right to Lopez. Game on.
Missed darts at double Fallon for 2-all.
Second one of the match, and that goes to Cliven Hoven, and he's now on that red carpet walk to the finishing line.
45.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a dart player, Stu, when you look back, if you've lost, you look back and you think, yeah, and you can identify one thing that you think, yeah, that's done it. And Fallon will do. She was well in the lead in that leg to make it 2-all. And since then, she's kind of fell off the run, hasn't she?
The frustrating thing here for Fallon is that she knows, and we all know, that she's a lot better than this. Tonight has not been her night. Fair play to Mike Cliven Hoven.
96.
Doing what he has to do.
$100. Mike, you require
He's
100.
only thrown 9 darts and wants a nice round 100. 2 tops perhaps, or just 2 big 20s? No, double top. Double top.
60.
We see Johnny Clayton take out 2 doubles to keep himself in the game earlier on. He went on to lose to Wanamina.
And that's what she can do, yeah.
Mike, you require 40. 35.
That's exactly what Fallon did a couple of legs ago. Missed tops and then went right round the board.
Yeah, perhaps this is where he's just going to set it up and leave a double.
99.
That's the hardest thing to do, is hit the big one here.
5.
You've got to stay focused here. Make sure you don't miss the big one. Dead centre. Double 2. And that's covered up. The double 2. Brilliant dart. Just kissed it off the barrel to find the double to go 5 legs to 1 up. 1 away from a quarter-final place.
$99. $60. $43.
More frustration for Fallon.
Yes, it's been a bad day at the office. Averages not great at all. Fallon would expect a lot more of herself than that. What do you say with Cliven Hoven? If he does win this and goes through, he's obviously got to step it up, because that sort of average is not going to win you too many games. To be quite honest, Stu, when you're playing Fallon, there's that extra pressure, so he'll be just happy to get over the line. He doesn't care what average.
Yeah, and you saw briefly there Fallon averaging
96.
around 75, 76. At her best, she's 20 points more than that.
58.
Well, 95 would leave him a nice number.
95.
That's exactly
Fallon,
what he's
you require
done.
164.
It would be the way to finish a game, wouldn't it? See, Simon Whitlock, who won the World Cup
43.
just last
Mike,
week,
you
do 3
require
bullseyes to finish a
170.
tour event game. This be treble 20 bull.
134. Fallon, you acquire 121.
Superb setup again from Kyvenhoven. Is this the last dart that Fallon will throw? A frustrated Fallon, as you can see. And Mike Kyvenhoven hasn't missed too much, and he doesn't miss double 18. And Mike Kyvenhoven is through to the quarterfinals on Saturday night here in Amsterdam. A disappointing night for Fallon Sherrock, but no arguments. Kyvenhoven wins easily in the end by 6 legs to 1.
It is time to play darts. Please welcome first from the Netherlands, making his 3rd World Series appearance, a 2-time Pro Tour champion, currently ranked number 47 in the world. From Leidschendam, the Black Cobra, Jeppe de Zwaan. Then his opponent, one of the most successful players in PDC history, making his 39th World Series appearance, the 2018 World Series Finals champion. It's the Machine, James Wade! Haven't changed, had much to say, but man, I still think that cats is way. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy.
Well, so far, it's been all orange here in Amsterdam. 2 wins for the Dutch challengers, Jermaine Wattimena and Mike Kyvenhoven, booking their places in the quarterfinals. And it is Kyvenhoven who awaits the winner of this one as James Wade, the Machine, faces a man with one of the coolest nicknames in the sport, the Black Cobra, Jeffrey de Zwaan. Sat alongside me is the man with the 2nd coolest nickname in the sport. It's the Prince of Style, Rod Harrington.
The worst nickname.
I disagree. But I have a healthy disagreement. There's nothing wrong with that. The Machine, James Wade, world number 5. A former World Series Finals champion, of course. That's one of the 10 TV events that he's claimed over his astonishing career. Really is astonishing. But when we talk about astonishing, Jeffrey de Zwaan was showing astonishing promise. This lad looked like he had the world at his feet. And an injury to his shoulder, the break from COVID, a bit like Jermaine Wattimena, but with a bit of added injury chucked in there. It's derailed things, and he's only now starting to get back, moving in the right direction. And like Jermaine Wattimena, this is an opportunity for him to show what he can do and take a step back towards the big time.
Yes, it's actually the perfect opportunity, Dan. And you mentioned, Wattimena, we've got quite a few others. Dirk van Dijvenbode, he's kind of like gone off the rails just a little bit. And so a big chance here. But he is up against one of the most consistent players that I think I've ever seen in the game. So he may score well, but he mustn't miss doubles.
140.
Because he knows that this man, James Wade, will certainly punish him.
Well, Jeffrey de Zwaan showed that brilliant promise for a good couple of years. A sensational run at the World Match Play all the way to the semi-finals. Had a couple of major quarter-finals, and he's won a couple of Pro Tour titles. And the way in which he won those titles, it really did take your breath away. Real world-class stuff from start to finish. But James Wade is a man who's been at the top for 2 decades. The longevity of this man is astonishing, and it may not be the most eye-catching thing to say, oh, well, he's been at the top for so long, but it is so impressive to be able to do that.
Well, it just shows the brilliance of him.
And he's not going away.
No.
There's no sign of him. He's world number 5.
And we never talk about James as if he's the prolific scorer on the treble 20, but to sustain what he has done, he has to be a brilliant scorer.
Well, 1 treble combo finish for Desvan. A treble 20 and tops for Wade for a 15 darts start. That'll do very nicely.
We were just talking about that, weren't we? You know, the best part of James Wade's game, taking out doubles under pressure. You mustn't miss doubles to give him a chance, and he opens up with a 1-2-5. As cool as you can get. He doesn't really celebrate a lot either, does he, James?
He dips in and out of it. We certainly saw a few celebrations from him in the early stages of the World Cup of Darts the other weekend when he teamed up with Michael Smith for England. It was rather a disappointing exit in the end, in the latter stages.
I mean, what a result that was with the Australians winning that, especially when we got the 3 tournaments, 2 in Aussie and 1 in New Zealand. So that should be still buzzing by the time we get down there.
Yeah, well, we've obviously got an incredibly strong field for this weekend's World Series event here in the Netherlands, but there'll be a lot of very good players in the legs down under the World Series over August. 2 in Australia, 1 in New Zealand. And the World Cup winners, Simon Whitlock and Damon Heta, will be among them.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on Wadey here, Dan, because we need to get one on the board, don't we?
Well, I mean, you can refer to it like that. I'm remaining completely impartial.
Yeah, so am I. We need one on the board.
Although, having said that, so scintillating and so thrilling was it to watch Jeffrey Desvan in full flow for that sort of period in 2018, 19 and almost into 20. It is going to be for the benefit of darts if he gets back there, because genuinely he is a player who can do things that others can't at his best. Can't find the treble that he required, but no panic stations just yet, because James Wade's back in the 200s.
If you require 48.
So tops now for Desvan. Oh, what a crucial double 10 that was. He could not let James Wade come back to the board with the 112.
108!
And he kicks off for the first maximum of this contest. That's the thing with James Wade. It's not just the fact that he takes out these ton-plus checkouts on a regular basis. Your opponent knows he's more likely to do it, and that makes it a little bit harder for them to take out their checkouts, because it is like having him breathing down your neck.
Yeah, you're right, and he's got a coolness about him all the time. He doesn't get flustered, does he, Wade? He just gets on with the job.
Here we go. Well, comes away with a ton 40. Jeffrey Desvan can get that first dart high in the treble 20 bed. You're expecting massive scores. He really does pelt those darts into the board, and if he gets the first one where he wants, he can just fire the other ones directly into it.
Well, as I said, we talk so often about the first dart. Got to be in a good position, which that first dart was. If he's going to miss, perfect line and length to follow it up. And now, Wadey, after kicking off with a 180, he was looking like he was going to run away with this. Now, chance here for Desvan to take a leg against the throw.
Two tops. No, he's going treble 16 for double. How about this? Oh, very nearly producing the 137 and a 12 darter. He's got the 14 through. He's at 33. So that will get him up to double top anyway. He just drags it low. A little hop towards the board for James Wade. But it's only a little skip into a 2-1 lead for Jeffrey Desvant.
Cannot afford to miss doubles, I'm afraid, like that. What an opportunity for Jeffrey Desvant. Would have been a breaker throw, and now Wade doesn't miss the double 10 very often. And I think that little expression said it all.
Game on.
Well, Jeffrey Desvant did beat James Wade back in April. It was only a qualifier for a European Tour event. But it is a significant moment because it's the only time he's ever beaten James Wade. The previous 6 times he'd lost them all, and high-profile ones as well. There was a Pro Tour final. There was an incredible game that went to a sudden death leg at the World Match Play at Blackpool Winter Garden. But he finally got one over on his nemesis at the start of this year. And you would think that'd be fresh in his mind. But having missed those 3 darts at double 8, all those defeats might start getting a little more fresh in his mind as well.
No, it doesn't happen. The only thing you're concentrating on, Dan, is this game. If you start going on that stage with baggage, scar tissue, then you're not going to play your game. You have to. I know sometimes it looks as if they're thinking about it, but it's just that they're missing. And, you know, there are players, especially the quick throwers, they go through spells of missing doubles because they're so quick. Once they get a dart above the treble, because the other 2 darts are coming in where that dart's going, that's easier to follow. But when they're switching all around the board, that's when the quick throwers sometimes slip up.
Well, certainly those ones at double 8, he was not aided by a wild first dart that was miles away. But you can see with Jeffrey Desvant that when he does get that first dart where he wants it, he's good at following. James Wade's excellent at it himself. Case in point, QED, James. But 400 scored and 4 visits to the board leaves him on one of those 1 treble combo finishes at which he is so adept.
Well, he's taken out a 1-2-5 in the very first leg. Treble 19 would leave him a nice double 12. Well, Desvant's going to get a chance. 3rd dart may be at the bullseye, but he's got to find a treble with one of these first 2 darts.
There it is, 14. Bullseye it is. Well, it's a nice safe one into the big fat 14 to just make sure that he got one at the bull. A couple at tops for Wade. Double 10. Daylight, plumb in the centre, 3-1, James Wade.
Good leg is James to throw first.
In that previous game, you know, I said when Fallon loses, she's going to look back on the game and identify one perhaps thing that happened, and that was when she missed all those doubles to make it 2 legs all. If Jeffrey goes on to lose this, he will identify that leg, when he had been 3 darts at double 8 to go 2-1 up, that would have been a breaker throw. That's when you need that little bit of confidence break. You need that boost. And perhaps that's where, instead of Jeffrey being on the front foot, he's now on the back foot.
James Wade looking to keep him there.
99.
Barney Army chants here at the Ziggo in Amsterdam. He's the practice partner of Jeffrey Desvant. Taught him a few things. Needs to call on that right now.
56.
Barney shirt. There's a fair few around him. Any Rod Harrington merchandise floating around in the crowd, Rod? I've not spotted any. No? Okay.
108!
Well, certainly this is going to help Desvant out.
Oh, I like it. 180, it leaves an awkward double. but it just gets a bit of noise in the hall. Is it a distraction? Another one at the ball.
Well, you said an awkward double. Yes, for a lot of players, but for James Wade, there's no awkward double, is there? Oh, he's going 6 double 10. That's why it's not an awkward double. Oh, he's got a chance. And this is a breaker throw. Well, he's missed the 3 darts at double 8. He's going to get 2 at double 16, I would imagine, or 2 at double top. 16s is the route, and 16s he hits. That's the break back. Still got to break James Wade another time to win the match, but certainly gets him back in the match.
Well, James Wade only got 2 darts at double. It was his favourite double 10, but he couldn't pin it. Should he have gone straight at double 30?
Well, there's the averages, a little bit lower, but you know what, Dan, we don't see many ton-plus averages on this first evening of the World Series.
47.
Maybe tonight, maybe the one where we do because of the players that are playing, the PDC professionals, but it's normally the edgy night.
60.
James Wade tends to play as well as he needs to play, but he can also play as poorly as he's allowed to play. Just does enough. Right now, he is doing just about enough. Jeffrey is in a good position to level at 3 apiece, but Wade with the throw will not panic. He does not panic. There is no panic in him.
77.
Keeps him interested in the leg. Devon may go to the bullseye. Well, came down gambling on the treble and it's paid off.
Should stay there. Yeah, that's a sensible thing, although that leaves a 9 on the end. He could not leave a double, so this is the pressure. Get himself well and truly back in this game at 3. We're going to get 2 at double 14. Rushed the first one a little bit.
James Uruguay 79.
Double 19. 20 for tops. Re-establish 2-leg gap. And the machine is in control. Double teapot from Wade.
Hurtful, wasn't it? Again, doubles missed from Deswan to win a leg. And those doubles are before James has even got down to the doubles, so you take a 2-leg switch there, and all of a sudden it's Deswan who's 4-2 up. But I'm afraid that's not the way the game goes.
It is only the first leg where Jeffrey has not had darts to win it.
Yeah.
This could be pretty much any score. But James Wade doing enough.
But when you're on, you know, you're trying to get your form back from injury and layoffs, and, you know, if it's, you never talk about not going up and hitting a 180 or 140. We always talk about the doubles you miss. Where if you'd have scored better in the leg, then you may have got more darts of the double, but...
170.
James Wade already looking very good. Go 5-2 up, and is there any way back against the number 4 seed here this weekend from 3 legs behind?
55.
Well, he needs another 6 darts, doesn't he? But James Wade probably is not going to give him any more darts, or maybe 3.
96.
Hit and hope shot for Jeffrey Desvan. It's something big, and hope Wade misses. It is often a futile hope, but he's fulfilled his end of the bargain. Starting hand. And James Wade completes that particular job. He's one away from setting up a clash with Mike Kuyvenhoven in the quarters.
Jeffrey would have been standing there, heard the third thump, second thump, thinking, I haven't heard the crowd shout yet. And he'd have been thinking, oh, please, get me to the board, get me to the board. And then you hear the crowd and the caller. And that kind of deflates you. We've been there so many times. When they hit it with the last dart, that hurts more than anything.
There you go, nothing in the first 9, very little in the overall average. James Wade. The James Wade formula is in effect. Opponent's average plus a tiny little bit is Wade.
96.
Made an entire career out of it. It's been good enough for 10 TV titles, and you wouldn't rule out more. The man is a winning machine.
100.
Yeah, I mean, James Wade's game is that he throws some brilliant legs. I don't think he doesn't, but there are legs that he loses that he thinks, I'm so far behind, I ain't going to worry. And that's what brings his average down. He's still firing in 12, 13, 14 dart legs enough to win the game. And that's James Wade's philosophy. As long as I throw 6 brilliant legs, that's all I need to do.
Yeah, when it counts, he counts. He won't make this visit count in terms of sealing the deal, but he will leave himself on a 1 treble combo finish, and he will get a look at it as well. But Johnny Clayton couldn't win his game, Fallon Sherritt couldn't win hers, but James Wade looking to represent for the PDC Stars. Single 10. Double top.
90.
Not this time.
If you require 90.
What chance here for Deswan? Oh, no. What do we say about the big numbers, Dan?
Don't miss them, Ross. Don't you dare miss the big number. James Wade doesn't miss double 10 very much and completes a 6-2 victory. The number 4 seed getting one over once again on the Black Cobra. And finally, the Dutch fans taste a little bit of defeat. Victories for Wattermaner and Kuyvenhoven, but De Zwaan comes up short against James Wade, the machine. 6-2 he wins, he's into the quarters. He'll face Kuyvenhoven.
Please welcome from the Netherlands, making his 3rd World Series appearance, a 5-time Pro Tour winner, reigning number 28 in the world. It's the Dutch destroyer, Vincent van der Voort. His opponent, making his 16th World Series appearance, the 2020 World Series Finals champion and the 2021 World Champion. Please welcome the number 2 in the world, the Iceman, Gavin Price.
Cracking night already here in Amsterdam, and we expect even more terrific entertainment. One of the veterans now of Dutch darts, Vincent van der Voort, still holds a place in the world's top 32, and he's up against the world number 2, in Gerwyn Price. Overdue a win. He's had a couple of wins on the tour, Players' Championship and on the Euro Tour. For Vincent, you know that if he turns up, it will be hugely entertaining. We shall see what Vincent has to offer. We kind of know what Gerwyn Price will offer.
Well, the first thing that struck me is that Vincent's offering a smile. Looks like he's enjoying stepping up on stage here in Amsterdam. And let me tell you, that's a rarity for the Dutch destroyer, because he's not that keen on a lot of the places we go. But maybe a smiling Van der Voort is a dangerous Van der Voort. He's always dangerous, to be fair.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well,
Vincent to throw first.
I got a nod of acknowledgement and a cursory wave in the hotel from Vincent this morning. I thought was quite encouraging.
Well, let's see if he's smiling at the end of this one. There's not been much cause to smile in the past when Vincent has gone up against the Iceman. Only managed to win one of their previous 10 matches. But look at this. Look at this from Vincent.
He'll enjoy it. I mean, defeat we saw earlier for Jeffrey Deswan, who had his chances against James Wade. But even so, this passionate Dutch crowd seems to be making a difference. For the home favourite.
436.
Well, there was some electrifying stuff last weekend at the World Cup of Darts from the Iceman. He and Johnny Clayton. Only falling at the final hurdle in their quest to reclaim the World Cup title. But Price really did find top gear a couple of times over the course of that tournament. And if that's a sign of things to come, then it could be a very, very encouraging weekend for the world number 2. Treble 18 required, can't get it, and Price will get a shot to nick the first leg against the darts.
21 scored. 52 left. It's miscounted. It's miscounted.
No score.
It's miscounted.
That's 72 scored. Now, you don't want to get into an argument about maths with countdown octo champ Kurt Bevins.
Yeah, he miscounted. Kurt's right, you're wrong. 21. It should have been 12 and tops.
I expect this from one of the Welshmen here, but not that one.
Well, all the fun of the fair.
73.
What will he do this time? That makes things a little easier. Yeah, he was saying that. He was just checking. It was game shot. It was 1-0 to Gerwyn Price.
He took out 72. That wasn't enough. He took out 73. He got the first leg anyway. And off he goes.
Superb. Yeah, I mean, that is a rarity. I mean, we do jest about Johnny Clayton's counting or on occasions lack of it. But Gerwyn Price is one of the best.
Well, he's rock solid, and he's not a guy who's been playing since he was a kid. This is a guy who's only really taken the game of darts seriously within the last decade. So the fact that he is so solid on his count is testament to the work that he's put in. It's a rare mistake from the Iceman, and one that goes unpunished.
Vincent's 2 darts. Right on the wire, but not close enough. Looks like big 2-0.
4
Winner to play Van Gerwen or Noppert. That'll be some game later.
24.
Very interested to see how Michael Van Gerwen fares after his wrist surgery.
I think there was some doubt about whether he'd be here at all, to be honest, but he is here. Is this going to find double 10? Well, he's got to move. Well, he's moving left. I mean, how is he going to get that in?
No score.
Yep. Is that 5 missed darts for Price?
140. Going to require 20.
Surely this time.
There it is. And it needed to go, it did. 2-0 to the Iceman.
Well, much like you, Dan, I've been doing a little bit of work today.
Nice change, Pikey.
Does. Astonished to learn this 8 years ago this week. 8 years since Vincent van der Voort won a tournament. Austria, correct, on the European Tour.
And yet, such is his ability to accumulate wins. Even when he's not winning titles, even when he's not making finals, Vincent van der Voort, he's always doing enough to get to most of the big TV tournaments.
And stay in the top 32 in the world, which is a credit to him. Longevity.
Well, look at the World Match Play, one of the most difficult ones to qualify for. He's been there 11 times in the last 14 years, and he's not far off qualifying again this year. Ooh, went bold, went wrong, rescued it. Can't find the double 12, and Gerwyn Price, do not rule him out of this one. Well, you can now.
Well, I've got to go this time, Vincent.
Well, it's taken him 4 goes, but he's finally found a double.
Still holds a place in many darts fans' hearts as Vincent van der Voort.
Well, they love to sing his name.
Yeah, absolutely. But in a way, you put him in the same bracket, except that no one can compare with Steve Beaton. But you kind of put him in that bracket of longevity in the sport and the knack of being able to qualify for big events and the consistency on the tour. Sadly, doesn't look like Steve Beaton will be at the World Match Play this year.
Dangerous, Steve Beaton losing his card, which is a distressing thought for everybody involved. But there's still time and still hope.
Well, that would be a nightmare for Steve Beaton fans.
Truly will. But he will soldier on regardless. Gerwyn Price looking to fill this up. A wild one. Not a wild one. He is heavily outscoring Vincent in this match, but he's left himself a bogey number there. Although going on evidence so far, maybe he thinks he can take it out. What a set-up shot from Vincent van der Voort. He will get darts to level the match up at 2 apiece.
And that's why he hangs around. And that's why he carries on playing darts. For a long time, you know, his career was in doubt because of a debilitating back injury. But all of a sudden, it is 2 apiece.
He's in.
Averaging over 100 now, van der Voort.
Back-to-back 13 darters, dragging him up to Gezzy's level.
He's loving it. Conducting his own orchestra.
Not bad for a bloke who admits he can't stand that song. You know? He keeps it quiet.
I know.
One of the most sung songs at any darts event all over the world. Sick to the back teeth of it, Big Vincent. But maybe the mood he's in tonight, he's going to enjoy himself.
99.
Gerwyn Price in a spot of bother here. Should be 3 legs on the spin here for Van der Voort.
Well, it could be a trio of 13 darters for Big Vincent to go from 2-0 down to the world number 2 to leading this match. Double 18 the targets. The Dutch destroyers on the rampage.
3 legs in 39 dart.
That's around 114 average for you stats fans in that little burst.
434.
Oh, look at that. This will bring those numbers a little closer together.
423.
But not by a huge amount.
I wonder if Vincent fancies a match against his best mate Van Gerwen on Saturday night.
84.
Quarterfinals, semi-finals and final all on one night. Quarterfinals best of 11, semi-finals best of 13, final best of 15. Some rapid-fire World Series darts on Saturday night.
100.
Wins for Michael Smith and Dimitri Van den Bergh on the World Series already. Could we see a third different winner? Gerwyn Price will certainly feel that he is very capable of going to his first World Series title. And that levels up this game, just stops the rot.
83.
It matters. Take a breath.
29.
An opportunity might be developing here for Gerwyn Price. When he hasn't jumped all over.
Well, the radar is all over the shop for Van der Voort in this leg. Could be punished as well.
There's a little pocket of darts fans that just started singing Gerwyn Price's name to Vincent Van der Voort's song. Managed about 3 standards of it. Quickly drowned out.
Key leg. That'll do. That will do. Price looking to break. And the crucial 7th leg. In this short distance, the 7th leg always seems to be important. It's a 7th game in a tennis set. These tops to go ahead.
He misses. Van der Voort on 118. Treble, single, double. Unless he's starting on the 18s, which would be unwise. Sensible decision. But he can't find the treble that he needed with the first 2 darts. And he's tried to hit a double to leave a double. And for a man of his experience, it's just a daft shot. Back-to-back legs for the Iceman, who takes control of this game once more.
Missed opportunity you feel for the Vincent Van der Voort.
Well, even in a best-of-11 game, there's still time for the match to swing back and forth a number of times. It was a strong start from Price, a brilliant comeback from Van der Voort, but is the Welshman grabbing a hold of this game?
Well, I should have left a finish from there. A chance here for Van der Voort. Oh, Vincent!
Vincent just got to be clever with the numbers here. Doesn't want to hit a level ton. Comes down for the 19s and gets away with it.
Now, what have you got, Vincent Van der Voort?
Probably not enough is the answer in this particular leg. Price wants double 10. 5. 2 misses allow Vincent back to the board, and Price pounds his fist into his palm. Vincent looking to hit him with something similarly hard. 15 off, 87 left, treble 17 the shot. What a shot, Vincent Van der Voort! And the Ziggo comes alive as the Dutch destroyer hits back.
Well, again, there's fine margins. 2 darts from Gello and Price for a 5-3 advantage. Fancy another last leg decider. Oh, good last one.
Well, there you can see, by and large, he's outscored Vincent Van der Voort, but it's the finishing stats that tell the tale. Because although Gerwyn Price has had almost twice the number of darts at double as Vincent, they've hit the same number. Clinical stuff from the Dutch destroyer, and he's going to get 2 visits from 164 to move into the lead.
More than okay. Here's another. He's left himself a finish. 2 big trebles was the requirement. 64 Van der Voort. 15 Van der Voort. What a superb leg. And Van der Voort goes out at 15 and he's 1 away.
Gerwyn Price start the World Series this year by reaching the semis in New York City. He went out in the quarterfinals in Copenhagen, and he is 1 leg away from going out in the last 16. Here in the Netherlands, he's going backwards, the world number 2. And Vincent Van der Voort might be going forwards to the quarterfinals, where it'll be either Danny Noppert or his best mate Michael van Gerwen.
Perfect. Well, you can see he has to be disappointed with that. The first dart was begging for a maximum.
As is that. That's even worse from Price. The Iceman is not standing up to the pressure here in Amsterdam.
55.
Gotta find the treble.
93.
Touch fortunate.
Could have been another mathematical error from Price, who started this game off with one and got away with it. Got away with that one as well, but Vincent is still right there with him. 130 is easier than 146. Can he find the treble 20 from there? He can. What a dart that is. That could have been better.
Oh, gotta stay. He had to stay for double 13. But he's given himself an opportunity on double 3. Oh, there's the pressure. He missed the big 3, but he's hit the double 13. Been one of those games, and we do go to a decider.
Well, one man winning a leg on double 13 while the other's on double 3. Magnificent leg of darts, and we're going down to a really important leg of darts because the world number 2 is on the ropes.
Yeah, the leg for a darting connoisseur.
99.
Well, we saw another Welshman beaten in the opening game in a decider. Johnny Clayton losing to Jermaine Wattimena. Vincent van der Voort has come up to the hockey twice. Has had two big trebles, isn't it?
If Vincent van der Voort wins this and Poe goes around the stage like Jermaine Wattimena, I will give you the entire contents of my wallet, Stuart Pike. I don't see that happening, but I do see him winning it because he's putting himself in a fabulous position here.
What a good leg this has been. And it's turning out to be sudden night for the Dutch in Amsterdam.
140.
Needed the lot to get to a finish. He's got all the time in the world, Vincent van der Voort. Treble 17 for double 12.
130.
He will return. All Price can do is pile on the pressure. But he hasn't even done that. What a moment this will be for Vincent on home soil. And what a moment it is for Vincent van der Voort. The celebration was muted, but he will be absolutely thrilled. And the dazzling, darting night for the Dutch has just got even better. Vincent van der Voort takes out Gerwyn Price, 6-5. Opening night of the World Series weekend at the Dutch Darts Masters. The winner to take on either Peter Wright or Dirk van Dijvenbode later on. Michael Smith will get us underway. The number 1 seed. Can he see off Kleermaker, or we see yet another upset on the opening night here in Amsterdam?
Well, as you said, Stu, we've already seen 3. The 2 Welshmen have gone out. And Smith in a good, rich vein of form at the moment. Scoring's been
39.
Extremely well. And when he lost to Dimitri in Denmark, Dimitri played so well and he beat everybody. Well, he beat them up, didn't he? Let's be honest. But Smith still must be in a good frame of mind to put in a good performance here.
57. 83.
Shared a taxi with Michael Smith from the airport to the city on Thursday, and he was in a really good mood and very confident that he will be around on Sunday night, challenging for another World
59.
Series title.
Michael, you require 134.
You can't question that, the way that he has been playing. What do you reckon? Yeah, treble 19.
76.
Yeah. Well, he likes the double 10, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, could hit that. Wow, Clearmaker's going to put plenty of pressure on this 58 from Michael Smith, and it is on the Smith throw.
48.
Quite often with Michael Smith, if the first one doesn't go. Oh, he's missed the single 10. Just too rushed, too hurried. Lack of concentration from Clearmaker.
Yeah, I mean, chances like that, especially
Michael,
against
you
Smith, the way he's
require
playing, you can't mess up. You have to take the chances. Smith has not got this yet. Needs the double 2, and hits it with his last dart to clear the first leg up. Only an 18 dart leg, but I tell you what, Smith will take it every day of the week.
140.
140 at the start of this leg. How about a 180? A second 180 for Martijn Clearmaker. He looks fired up, doesn't he?
I tell you what, I'm not going to upset him, Pikey.
100.
Let you stand in front of me first. Yeah, he really is up for this, isn't he?
They played a couple of times
64.
on the Pro Tour. Clearmaker's won them both.
91. Martijn, you require 117. 61.
Yeah, he's going to
Michael,
come back
you
perhaps
require
with 2 darts at the double, but the
170.
170. Certainly achievable, not now, however.
94. Martijn, you require 56.
Level game.
Games from the second leg.
Good leg.
Martijn Clearmaker.
Michael Smith won the opening leg in 21 darts. It took Martijn Clearmaker 15 to make it one apiece.
140.
I've really enjoyed watching all the Dutch players tonight, simply
40.
So up for
because
it,
of how much it all
Yeah.
means to them
I
playing
agree.
here in Amsterdam.
You know, you talk about all professional sportsmen, they say, oh, they should perform,
45.
you know, at the top all the time or have the emotion. But for some reason, you get certain circumstances where you can see the extra 5–10%
120.
that it pulls out of them. And certainly tonight, that's been the case.
140.
Well, you may remember Martijn Clearmaker missed the World
58.
Championship a couple of years ago because he tested positive for COVID just before the event. Brilliant setup from Michael Smith.
136.
Could be a 13 darter for Smith, but Clearmaker doesn't care. I'll hit a third 180.
Michael, you require 40. 20.
And he's giving himself a chance.
Martijn, you
Smith.
require
And it was a throwaway throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, especially
Because
his
he wasn't
third dart.
expecting a chance.
Yeah, the third dart was throwaway, but again, he's not going to get back to the board.
37.
So
Michael,
Smith,
you require
if he misses,
20.
wants to be just on the outside, doesn't want to go up to them fives. That's a perfect guide. Another perfect guide, and he walked on that one, so he should have to check himself. Opens the double up by moving across and pitches on the outside with the third dart as
Martijn,
well.
you require
Wow.
66.
Would you believe 6 darts missed by Michael Smith?
Games
Oh,
from
he's
the
punished
third
by
leg.
Clearmaker.
Martijn Clearmaker.
Now that really is a bitter blow for the number one seed. But what do you expect if you miss 6 darts?
Well, that's a little smile from Michael Smith, but it's not not the smile of pleasure, that's the smile of what is going on.
81.
I mean, the form that Smith has come into this event, just didn't expect him to miss doubles like he has done. And there it is.
85.
Yeah, just saying about Clearmaker, you remember 2 years ago he had to withdraw and he was absolutely distraught from the Ali Pali after contracting COVID. But then he came back 12 months later and reached the last 16. You may remember Big John Michael, Simon Whitlock, Joe Cullen, and a really good tournament.
96.
That's when people kind of got an idea that this guy can play a bit.
85.
Well, for a big guy, he keeps his height. He's a little lean forward, but sometimes big, tall people, they
60.
do tend to over-lean, which causes a little bit of imbalance. But he's got a good, solid stance. Firmly on those feet of his.
140. Martin Maguire, 164.
There's a chance here for Smith to hit straight back.
Maguire, 96.
Double 18. Double 16 will do.
Change on the fourth leg. Michael Smith.
Doesn't matter how you get them.
Fifth leg, Michael to
He doesn't
Lopez.
normally like that side of the board, but
Game
the
on.
first dart, the double was pulled quite fiercely into the four.
There was a good recovery there after hitting single
121.
one, and it was a good recovery as well in the last leg to take out. But Martin Clearmaker has now hit 4 180s. He's 5 legs.
Yeah, Smith yet to hit one as well. And his 180 count this year has been
60.
absolutely unbelievable.
How often you see that?
You don't see it very often that anybody...
Michael Smith hit a record for 180s at the World Championship this year.
He needs to find a few. Although sometimes the 180s are not there, but the 140 count
80.
can be huge. And Smith is winning that 6-1.
What a fascinating game.
40. $100.
Needs to match it, or better it, or do even better.
140. Michael Maguire,
Superb to lead
140.
97. So pressure on Smith. 140.
60. Martin
That
Maguire, 97.
Is not good enough for Michael Smith. Triple 18. Well, he's going to set it up. He's just got to hope that
57.
Smith may only get the one dart at double top.
Michael
And if it is only
Maguire,
one dart
80.
at double top, depending on how these first two darts lay in the board. Oh, he's going to have 2 clear darts at double 10, and this has not been good to him
Games on the
tonight.
fifth
But it
leg.
is that time.
Michael Smith, 6 leg Martin to throw pair.
Hits the double 10 with the throw for Smith. It's number 5 for Clearmaker. And it always hurts the most at the beginning of a leg.
Yeah.
83.
5 180s. Go on then, let's have another! 6 180s in 6 legs!
And the elusive 9 dart leg is on, Stu.
100.
This would
Martin Maguire,
lift the roof off this
141.
stadium. Just needs to concentrate on setting it up perfect.
105.
Well, we don't see 10 darters very often, do we? And he's on a 10 dart leg. Double 18 for 3 legs apiece.
Acknowledged as well by his opponent.
85.
Michael
Martin
Smith.
Maguire, 36.
10 dart leg, 3 all. Another cracking game.
7th leg, Michael.
Yes, and the nearer we get to
Game on.
the business end, which are starting to get there, the pressure will be on Michael Smith more than Clearmaker.
60. $40.
Well, there we have Michael Smith's throw.
100.
Pretty steady, all 3 darts. He does tend to just walk on the 3rd at times. Clearmakers, for a big fella, keeps his height well, Stu. He doesn't
Yeah.
lean. He doesn't over-lean, which is a tendency from tall players.
Has good balance, doesn't he? Martin Clearmaker, as you say, for what is he, 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, especially for the 3rd dart. That's the one that people tend to walk on.
46.
Oh, we have Smith.
That's pretty much rock solid, isn't it?
100.
Apart from the fact that the habit of walking on the last dart.
Yeah.
But he's always done it, he'll continue to do it. And he'll continue
125.
to bang in the
Michael
big
Maguire,
scores. What a good game
141.
this is.
$105.
Well, he certainly knows where the big trebles are.
Michael, you require 36.
Well, 18 for Smith, and he needs to hold his throw. Not been too good on his doubles at the moment.
Gains from the 7th leg. Michael Smith, a
What a relief that is for him.
The crowd's silence beyond belief there.
100.
Doing well here, Michael Smith, but the scoring has been absolutely brilliant from both of them. And finally, Michael finds a maximum. But that's the time he wants to do it against the darts.
Yes, is it time
134.
for Michael Smith to turn up? And what a time it would be with this leg. Put him 1 away.
100.
See, Clearmaker is firmly in front on the overall dart average. Not a lot in it for the first 9 either.
Well, that might hurt. Yeah, it will do.
27.
That's a
Martin
poor
Maguire,
visit.
142.
We had a real opportunity to put pressure on Clearmaker. Missed the treble 14.
102.
Bit scrappy, isn't he, Michael, this evening?
Martin required 40. Gains from the 8th leg.
Oh, on we go.
Well, Clearmaker has done everything the crowd has asked from him. And now this is essential that Michael Smith holds on to his throat. There's the fist pump.
Tell you what, thoroughly enjoyed this Friday night here in Amsterdam.
Well, we knew it was going to be a good night, Stu, didn't we? Because, you know, the 8 players from Holland, we know them all well, we know their quality.
81.
He still leads the averages by quite a bit.
Look at this now. What a big leg this is as Clearmaker finds another 2 treble visit. Break here, then throw for the match. Pressure again on Michael Smith. The number 1 seed.
100.
What we see in the previous match, men of order 5-all through an absolutely brilliant leg of darts, and Smith needs to find another one of those, which he does.
140. Martin require 124.
Oh, the ball!
Goal!
What a shot from Martin Clearmaker! Wow, what a performance this is! Smith sat on top. Clearmaker 124 on the ball. Dutch delight again in Amsterdam, and Clearmaker is throwing to beat the number 1 seed.
Smith wasn't even looking, you can see he's back there, and now Smith has got to pull it out of the bag. He's got to find a 12 dart leg. Clearmaker will be thinking, just stay and do what I'm doing. A little 15 dart leg should get him over the line.
140.
That's Clearmaker's son and his wife just behind him. They're going through it.
120.
They're absolutely going through it.
Ah, what a superb game. Oh no, So now it really is advantage to Martin Kleermaker.
135.
Great visit. After hitting the treble 5 with that first start, they followed up with 2 big trebles. Superb.
134.
Comes Smith. Wonderful entertainment.
58.
Well, that's a let-off
Yeah.
for Smith. He should get 6 darts from here now. And he's going to need them.
60. Martin, you require
Forlorn.
Why didn't he switch to the bottom after the first dart? It was hiding it up.
64. Michael, you require 122.
Attention. Not in, Michael. So Martin Kleermaker here
90.
with a chance to take out the informed player, the US Darts Masters champ. 1 dart at tops. And 1 dart is all it takes. This night is getting even better for the Dutch darters. The Netherlands celebrating again. What a performance from Martin Kleermaker. Michael Smith, the latest big name to go. He's out. He's beaten the #1 seed. He's taken out 6-4 by an inspired Martin Kleermaker.
Well, it always looked like a tough night for the PDC stars here in the Netherlands, but the good name of these titans of tungsten has been dragged through the dirt by the Dutch, as Michael Smith, Gerwyn Price, Fallon Sherrick and Johnny Clayton have all fallen at the first hurdle, only James Wade surviving. But Dimitri Van den Bergh is on a bit of a winning run, having come through to take the trophy in Copenhagen, our last World Series event. Can he continue that run and get himself into the quarterfinals to face Jermaine Wattimena? It is Ron the Bomb Meulenkamp that the Dream Maker will go up against. Ranked number 9 in the world is Dimitri Van den Bergh, but seeded number 2 here this weekend.
First leg, Ron to throw first. Game on.
You know, these young players, they think they've got plenty of time, but it goes away very quickly. But this young man is one of them that has stepped over the line, hasn't let the line come to him. He has certainly gone to the line.
Well, by contrast, it was, of course, behind closed doors during COVID times that Dimitri Van den Bergh went on to become a major champion, something that
59.
many people expected him to be destined to do. But we've heard that a lot. So there's some Danny Noppert fans in. You'll be seeing Noppy on the way in the next game against Michael van Gerwen. But Dimitri has started to win.
140.
I
Yes, he
believe
was
they're
so
the Van den
impressive.
Berghs, Rob.
Sorry.
Dimmy's brothers and family, I believe.
I was going to say he was so impressive in Denmark. I mean, I said to him this morning at breakfast, you know, I think that was the best I've ever seen him play. I know he won the match
100.
play and put in loads of other performances, but it was the way he won it. He won his first game 6-0, and then all the next games, at the first break, he was 4-1 up, and then carried on with it. He said to me that once he went 4-1 up, all he was concentrating is just winning every 5 legs, 3-2. Then he knew he couldn't lose, and that's a good mentality to get to.
And he's given himself a chance here of a 4-visit leg against the darts.
30.
And Ron the Bomb
Dimitri,
can't do
you
anything
require
to stop him,
99.
not even to pressure him. No need to end up going 2 tops at the end of this if he hits a single 19. Oh, which is why he's gone the 17s. That means he can go bull, then back to the 17s.
59.
That's fine.
40 after 12 darts against a throw in the opening leg is pretty tight. Doesn't matter what Ron does here, he's relying on
87.
Van den Berg to miss the tops, and the way he's playing at the moment with 3 darts in his hand.
Harrington fancies it. Probably a bit more now.
30.
But he was wrong to fancy.
I was big time wrong there, wasn't I?
It happens occasionally, Rod.
Well, the way the first dart sat, you thought he can't miss it.
Treble 20 in ball. Well, if he can pick up the treble and leave himself handy, Dimitri's got an awkward double 5 to deal with.
92.
That's exactly what Ron has done.
Dimitri
Straight at it or 2 double 4. Looks like he's going straight at it. Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, we talked about Dimitri making a very strong start in games all the way through the Nordic Darts Masters. This is not what you'd call a strong start here. The tricky switch to double 9, as we call it, and that's a tricky switch, isn't it, Rod?
It's the worst switch. The double 9 has cost dart players more money than any other double on the dartboard, percentage-wise.
Have you got the stats to back that up, Rod?
No, I
Or are
haven't.
you just talking from personal experience?
Absolutely talking rubbish, to be quite honest.
Madhouse.
But I've done it for a long time and got away with it.
And Dimmy gets away with that one as well. It's a 21 dart break and throw on double 1.
Second leg, Dimitri to throw first. Game on.
I actually got asked that by the golfers I play with on a Wednesday. What's the worst double on the dartboard? Double 9, by far the worst double.
It didn't work out for Ron the Bomb.
91.
Didn't work out for Ron the Bomb when he played Dimitri just 10 days ago. I know you're not one for head-to-head stats, Ron. However, if somebody's played you a week and a half ago and you got done 6-0, does that weigh on your mind at all?
Only that you want to put it right.
Particularly when you've just lost the first leg?
Yeah, no, you just want to put it right. I mean, I know we spoke about it a lot. If you're going to worry about what happened a week ago, even what happened yesterday, then it's going to affect the way you play today.
100.
Today's the only thing that matters. You can only throw 1 dart at a time, so only just concentrate on that 1 dart and just get on with it. That's why Phil Taylor was so good at this game. He didn't care what happened yesterday. He didn't care what happened 5 minutes ago.
95.
What happens now is all that counts.
Dimitri Van den Berg looking to live in the moment here. Ton 40 to lead the finish, which is why he wants to stay in the treble 20s even though he's blocked it.
52.
First experience of a World Series tournament for Ron the Bomb. Not even played in the World Series of Darts finals before. But getting to play in front of his home crowd here in the Netherlands. We've already seen what it can do to the likes of Wattermina and Kleermaker. Maybe he can harness some of that energy in this room.
Well, I've never seen that emotion in Kleermaker before, have you? I mean, he found an extra 10%. That 1-2-4 was unbelievable. And the match winner.
Crucial shot. Will we see something similar in this game? Dimitri Van den Berg eyeing up the 1-1-8. Should start on the treble 20. Because that leaves single 18, a double top. 2-0 to the Dreammaker. No messing around in this leg. And those guys are vociferous, but will be drowned out if Ron the Bomb can get into this match.
Yeah, nice 15 dart leg. I mean, he's scoring exceptionally because, you know, he wanted a double after 12 in the first leg. He just messed around.
123.
That's the way Dimitri tries to make himself focus, get himself wound up as well. Without that adrenaline rush, you don't play at your best.
57.
And like I said, I go back to Kleermaker. I mean, certain you could see that in his... When he was throwing, he had his mouth open to get more air down. You know, it was really a joy to watch.
100. 100.
Perfect looking first start for Ron the Bomb there.
140.
Just come away with a ton 40. One of the strengths of his game is his 180 hitting, Ron Meulenkamp, but as you can see from his results over the last 2 or 3 years, it's just not been there in the same amount that he relied upon
60.
in the 2-3 years previous.
138.
He really did look like a likely winner on the PDC Tour.
Well, it's certainly essential that he wins this with the throw, because if Dimitri takes this and then holds his throw 4-0, you think there's no way back. So he's going to come back with 2 darts of the double. And a good scoring leg from Meulenkamp.
52.
52 after 12 darts. He'll take that every day of the week.
He's a double top kind of guy. So it'll be single 12, 4 top.
$42.
That one wasn't close, was it?
$92. Ron, you require 10.
Well, Dimitri got himself in a bit of bother with this in the opening leg. No such problem for Ron the Bomb, who milks that one a bit.
Fourth leg, Dimitri to throw first. Game on. $100.
It's such a good throw that, you know, the only moving part are from his elbow upwards. The body's as still as you could get it.
$47.
And the thing with Dimitri's though is it's firm, he's really throwing the dart, but it doesn't look like he's expending an awful lot of energy.
No, if anything, I mean, his legs are quite close together, which
93.
sometimes you'd think would lose your balance quicker, but, you know, the dart comes back to the right eye and it's right down the line. It's a real good one. Where Ron, that back leg will come up on occasions.
84.
We see it here, comes right under that eye, straight down the line.
138.
A good throw to copy, Dan, so if you want to make it as a pro, start off with that.
Well, I mean, it's good advice, Rod, but I was starting with the look first. I was going for the waistcoat and tie. I thought if I nail that
Never
first...
works.
58.
Never
I
works.
don't know.
Dimitri, you
No.
require
I'm watching some old video.
170.
170. Would he go for it? We'll never know.
94.
Little clench of the fist from Dimitri Van den Bergh. Sometimes he can't help but celebrate, but a lot of the time you'll see him try and just keep a lid on things. Certainly saw plenty of that in Copenhagen.
123.
Yeah, that's showing good experience for a young man, though, Dan, isn't it? You know, keeping control of your emotions. When things are not going well, you just, you know, grind them out. Double 18. Oh, that's a lovely 76 to hold on to the throw to keep that 2-leg lead.
Game on.
Well, after missing 7 darts at doubles in the opening leg of this, he still won it. Dimitri has been perfect since then on the outer ring, and that is going to be a cause for concern for Ron Meulenkamp. There you see 118 and 76 taken out with very little
100.
bother.
Well, certainly averages are not something to write home about, but that doesn't matter for Dimitri, and as Ron Meulenkamp hits the first 180 of the match. And again, he's under pressure here, Ron, because he's got to hold on to his throw. He can't let Dimitri win this. puts him on the last 10 yards of a 100-metre dash.
Well, if he is going to make a game of this Ron Muhlenkamp, you would think he's going to need more of those 180s. It's such an important part of his game. He really can go through spells of hitting them every single leg. A bit like Michael Smith, not as quick, not as dynamic, but just as effective.
.57. Ron, you require 161.
Lovely setup from Muhlenkamp.
Just what the doctor ordered this for Ron Muhlenkamp. But he didn't want that on the prescription. Dimitri Van den Bergh all of a sudden is applying the pressure. Can Ron the Bomb stand up to it? An awkward double six. Not too awkward.
Yes, a very tidy leg. Hold on to the throw. But with Dimitri still got the advantage, and a big advantage as well. Realistically, Ron's got to find a 12 dart, maybe 15 darts now will get him the leg. But he needs to get this throw broken this time. It's not going to be any good otherwise.
.95. .94. .55. .131.
I'll tell you what would be a good thing to add to this is the tracer dart, like they do in golf when they hit the golf ball and you see the tracer. Just to see how different people's throws as the dart go through the air.
85.
We can show you from one of our camera angles right there. You can see how that is a perfect setup from Dimitri. He's afraid of staying on the 20s there because he might have busted his score. Seen Dirk van Dijvenbode do that at the World Championship.
Yeah, someone did it in the World Cup one at 181 and hit 180.
Yeah, if I was going to ask you to guess who you thought that was, who would you guess, Rod? Yeah, José de Sousa, a good guess, pal.
135. Dimitri, you require...
Double 12 it is then. Well, that is a lovely little burst from the Dreammaker.
7th leg run. To the first. Game on.
And again, pressure is on Muhlenkamp.
.96.
I've seen some big performances from the host nation players tonight. Watamaina raising his game. You could see what it meant to him. Martijn Kleermaker similar in beating Michael Smith. But Ron Muhlenkamp is struggling here, and Dimitri Van den Bergh is showing no mercy.
.140.
Well, Kleermaker hit 6 perfect darts. It's 4 for Dimitri. There you go. And this is a good way of taking the 9 dart out, Dan, because he got 2 darts at the same treble.
He's already got rid of the awkward treble. And we've seen if he can get this first dart high in the treble bed, things get easier.
Things get excited.
Even the great Rod Harrington's getting excited.
.58. Dimitri, you require
144 required for perfection. The dream maker cannot produce.
Yes, you can see he was rather annoyed at that. Just concentrate on winning the leg now. And this is how easy
42.
things can slip. A big shot here from Meulenkamp, and he's back in it. But this breaker throw, he can't afford to lose the leg, Meulenkamp. 76 scored, 31.
95. Dimitri, you require 102.
Well, if it goes, it looks like game over. Double 14 or bull. Well, he's gone the hard route there. And I'm not sure whether that's the sensible route given the situation.
No, trebles are always bigger than the bullseye, but it's what you have in your head. Meulenkamp's going to get dart at the double top, and it's one of his favourites. And again, to hold on to his throw. He's hanging on in there, is Meulenkamp. And you can see, wow, that was a bit of aggression.
Been a common theme for Ron the Bomb. Things haven't been going his way for quite some time. And they're going against him here in Amsterdam. Because that is 5-2, and there's a bellow from Dimitri Van den Bergh as he moves just one leg away from the quarterfinals and becoming only the second of the PDC stars to make it through this opening round, watched on by his brothers.
Well, Dimitri didn't only get out the gate well in Denmark in the World Series event, he finished the game off when he had the chance. He did not let his opponents back in. Is he going to do the same here?
Well, if you start well, you finish well, and you're pretty good in between. It's not a bad recipe for winning games of darts, is it?
Yeah, but it's when you don't have the in-between too well, that's what struggles.
And there he's been dragging his average up to something more like what we expect from the world number 9. And he's getting into that sort of ballpark where he was all weekend in Copenhagen, and that might be an ominous sign for everybody else in the field.
Yeah, I agree. His scoring was brilliant last week. His finishing was brilliant, and over 96 average every game, and he's certainly pumping that up now with a maximum. And like I said, he knows how to get over the line, Dan. You know, and for a young man to show this sort of experience and determination is really good.
Well, a maximum from Ron the Bomb, but it might be the last 3 darts he throws in the Dutch Darts Masters, because Dimitri Van den Bergh is looking to put a little stop to this run of Dutch delight at the Ziggo. Double 12 to finish it with an 11-darter. What a guy that is.
57.
But he does not use it.
Well, he's going to come back. All Ron can do is just hope for a bit of pressure.
Well, the fans think it's all over. They're already lining up for the next walk-on. And I think they might be right. The minions might have got it right, because Dimitri Van den Bergh is eyeing up double 12 again for a 6-2 victory. And still he waits.
Yeah, the trouble is Ron will be so annoyed at that last visit to leave himself on 135 when it should have been under the 100. But he's got to start on the bullseye or 25. That's the only route for 135. And if he hits this treble 20, he's got a perfect line on the bullseye, but that's not to be.
50.
More darts at double 12
Dimitri
for
Lequire,
Van den
24.
Berg.
Surely it's only a matter of time. And the Nordic darts master is still in the hunt to be the Dutch darts master as Dimitri Van den Berg sees off Ron the Bomb by 6 legs to 2. It is the machine gun Jermaine Wattimena who awaits in the quarter-finals. 2 more games to come for you tonight. MVG versus Noppert and Peter Wright against Dirk van Duijvenbode. Don't rule out more Dutch success.
Let's just show you all the results from tonight then. It's been a night largely of upsets and a night of Dutch delight here in Amsterdam. Last year's World Series finals winner Johnny Clayton, he was dumped out in the very first tie. Jermaine Wattimena with a 6-5 win. Fallon Sherrick, she went out as well. Mike Kijvenhoven with a 6-1 victory. Wade in cruise control really against Jeffrey Deswan before Price fell to Vincent van der Voort and Smith got knocked out as well. Martijn Kleermaker with 6 180s en route to that 6-4 win. Dimitri Van den Berg with that 6-2 victory. But now it is time for an all-Dutch affair. The crowd here have already been singing Michael van Gerwen's name. It is MVG up against Danny Noppert.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome first the reigning UK Open champion from Friesland, the Fries, Danny Noppert! And now, his opponent, a man that needs no introduction in the Netherlands. He is the reigning Premier League champion and the 3-time champion of the world, mighty Michael van Gerwen!
Danny to throw first. Game on.
Danny Noppert, who is closing in
434.
on a place in the top 8, maybe even better by the time the World Championship comes around. Michael van Gerwen's throwing, it seems, with ease. Yeah, one little practice session with Vincent van der Voort was enough to convince him that he wanted to play here, but why wouldn't he? Here in Amsterdam in front of 2,500, 3,000 people.
441.
But since then, not picked up a dart until he got here today.
109.
What operation! 140, 180. He had the surgery the day after he won the Premier League. Noppert ain't finished yet either.
109.
What a start.
Well, strap yourselves in, because this could be special. How about this? Oh my word, Michael van Gerwen's on a 10-dart leg and Danny Noppert might not let him have a go at the double. Single 6. Okay, double 18 will do. That is an astonishing opening leg.
140, 180, 165, you don't get a shot at it. Just shows you how well Danny Noppert played there. But he's been playing that well for a fair while. What a leg. watching back, unlucky for Noppert, watching back a few of the shots for the UK Open final in Minehead when Danny Noppert beat Michael Smith. Smith losing another major final. It was one man who was totally, utterly crestfallen and devastated. Noppert's reaction was a total surprise. But we shouldn't be surprised by the way Danny Noppert's playing these days.
The only surprise for Danny Noppert winning a major title was that he didn't play particularly well to win it.
88 average-ish. May not even have been that.
He is quality, and he's been on the verge of winning more titles this year. Oh, run for it, Danny. Quick.
Yeah, Noppert and Dirk van Duijvenbode gave it a real go for the Dutch, the World Cup of Darts.
Yeah, they're the top two in the Netherlands behind Mighty Mike, and they're obviously the final two games here tonight. And the bookies reckon that they're the ones who had the best chance, along with Mike Kuyvenhoven, of getting results. Now, when we've already got 4 Dutchmen through, hang about, double 12. Oh, what a shot, Michael van Gerwen! This is promising to be an absolute cracker.
Game.
11 from Noppert, 15 from Van Gerwen with a 1-4-1. We've seen 3 180s. We've seen a 165 in vain from Michael van Gerwen. Carpal tunnel syndrome. It's something to do with the nerves coming from the wrist to the hand. It's about the extent of my medical knowledge, but he felt fine. He's looking mighty fine, Michael van Gerwen. No Danny Noppert, by the way. Wow, this is fabulous.
He's hit a 180 in every leg, Danny Noppert. Michael van Gerwen in Copenhagen, prior to having the operation on his wrist, said that, look, I may not be at my best, I don't know how I'm going to feel, but as long as I can throw my darts, I'm going to go to Amsterdam. I want to play there. I want to be involved, want to play in front of the Dutch crowd. You know, if I go and throw an 85 average or a 90 average, so be it. I want to be there. He's not throwing an 85 or 90 average here. It's as if nothing's happened.
Of course, we have the Premier League night in Rotterdam. The World Series finals coming up later in the year at another venue, just half a mile down the road here in Amsterdam.
140. And you're 120.
This already feels like a big moment in this game. Both on one treble combo finishes. Great dart, 20 for tops. Not seen one missed at double yet. And the trend continues with another stunner from the freeze.
140.
Well, the marquee match, you said. The marquee match it is. Quality with a capital Q. All 3 legs with throw. But that's only a fraction of the story.
Oh, drink in those numbers.
140.
There's no sign of them falling away. I mean, you're expecting them to, but you're not sure, are you? Not with the way they've started.
That's quite a record. Michael van Gerwen has only missed 3 of 46 World Series events since it started in Dubai some 9 years ago.
140.
And he's won 16 of them. I'd love to win another here on home soil.
Well, 4 of those were World Series finals. One of them, of course, beating Danny Noppert in the final. That was Danny's first appearance in a big TV final in PDC darts. He got annihilated by
I was
MVG.
going to say, he was walloped
Feels like a long time ago, that, doesn't it? 2019. Danny Noppert has turned into a different player since then.
One of the most consistent. Here he goes again.
436.
So can Van Gerwen keep up the 100% on the doubles? No.
Yes, on the fourth leg.
But he won't bother about that. 2-all. Van Gerwen averaging 112, Noppert averaging 110. It really is that good. And Noppert's averages is going up.
100.
And Noppert hits a fourth maximum already.
He is not stopping.
140.
Don't stop, Danny. Don't stop, carry on. He cannot miss right now.
96. Danny Uruguay 141.
One odds here in Amsterdam.
Well, for the third time tonight, we've had somebody have a look at the 9-darter.
36.
And that is a scruffy visit from Danny Noppert. It might just invite MVG back. And in a game of insane quality, Michael Van Gerwen is potentially going to have a look at the big thing. Noppert has not missed a dart at double. There's no guarantee he gets one here. Well, he will do now. 15 for top. Double top. Finally, he relents.
170. $134. Danny Uruguay 40.
Tops it is.
So the fifth
Never really in doubt.
They
call it the freeze, but he really is that cool on the stage. Very little ruffles, Danny Noppert.
59.
Winner to play Vincent van der Waal in the quarterfinals.
$134.
Both averaging 110.
100. $81.
He's got himself a dart or so ahead of MVG on the Van Gerwen throw, and that's a mistake. And Danny Noppert, if he can press this home, could put himself in a fabulous position, 2 up and 2 away. But we all came here thinking Michael Van Gerwen might get beaten. He's got a very, very tough draw. We don't know what physical state he is, but you didn't think that he'd come out and be averaging 107 after 5 legs and still be in danger of being beaten.
Arguably the toughest draw.
99.
The Noppert 6 darts from 186 to strike the first real blow.
96.
You feel Van Gerwen needs the lot.
He certainly didn't need that dart.
40.
A real problem now for mighty Michael Van Gerwen. Danny Noppert, what route's it going to be? Could go bull, could go 20s, could go 18s. He's going the safety first route, because that leaves him the bull. And he pins it plumb in the centre. Danny Noppert is producing on the big stage in front of his home fans to some tune.
Looks the business.
91.
Already, even before this event, people are looking at at the World Championship coming up in 6 months' time at the Alexandra Palace, talking in terms of Luke Humphries maybe being a contender for that. And whisper it quietly, people are also putting Danny Noppert's name in the same bracket.
There won't be many reigning major champions going to Ali Pali this year. Danny Noppert will be one of them.
Yeah.
Michael van Gerwen will be one of them after winning the Premier League. But he is averaging 103 and still notably second best in this game right now.
93.
Can't remember too many visits where Danny Noppert hasn't hit at least one big treble.
Yeah, he's always pulling up one with the last dart if he comes up dry with the first two. And there have been plenty of visits where he's got all three. Is it going to be the same again? Of course it is.
That was a real chance for Van Gerwen.
Only you require 161.
Didn't take it. Noppert will be thinking 6 darts from 161. He'll be thinking and hoping Michael van Gerwen can't get near with 164.
90.
We're about to find out.
Another great guide. Oh, he'll be so frustrated not to pin it.
92.
And Danny Noppert should get 1 dart minimum. May get 2. Looking at the 13s or 17s. He goes for the 17, so 14 for double top for 5-2.
31.
Well,
Uruguay 72.
Van Gerwen has to nail this. 21 scored. The double 16. Oh, what a good dart that is. Noppert had an opportunity to go 5-2 up. Van Gerwen back in it, but he's still got to break the Noppert throw one more time and hold on to his own.
60.
Well, there's only one leg in it. But Van Gerwen has been good. He's been more than good. He's been very good. You can't look at the surgery and think that's to blame here. Danny Noppert has just been excellent.
What a great game. They had a cracker, didn't they, last month in a Euro Tour final?
Yes, they did. MVG coming out on top on that occasion. But Danny had already beaten him on the Euro Tour. He'd beaten him in the Pro Tour. He'd beaten him in the World Grand Prix in a feisty old game where words were exchanged at the back end of last year. You've seen it with many players, particularly a lot of the Dutch players. They go up against Michael van Gerwen and they find it difficult to play their normal game. They are so in awe of him. They hold him in such esteem. Players like Dirk van Duijvenbode have been struggling with that for quite some time. But Danny Noppert has shown over recent months he's no longer scared of Mighty Mike or indeed anybody in the world of darts.
But you're right, Van Gerwen, he commands a presence, doesn't he? And he has a presence, and he deserves to have a presence on the big stages.
He's earned it.
As we've seen of late in the last couple of years, the gap has closed. In fact, there isn't a gap anymore.
Well,
the trebles are just starting to dry up for both players.
84.
A couple of trebles here for Noppy. Van Gerwen may only get 1 dart at double from 62. It's dragging them low a little bit. Want to go back up to the... he goes to the 18s in the end, and again it's a last dart treble.
When Noppert is frustrated, he throws a bit quicker, as he did then. Double 16. It's 4-all. Best of 3 in what's been the best game of the night.
And it might be bubbling up to something special in the closing stages. They were both incredible in the opening 4 or 5 legs. It's just dropped off a little bit, but it's still so tightly contested.
140.
There you see a couple of 18 darters for Michael van Gerwen. Back-to-back legs for the first time in the match, but the two worst legs of the match.
140.
That's a tell. They'll tell he used to bite his flanks. Michael van Gerwen pulls his socks up when things are not going as he would like. And that was just after one poor visit.
89. And you're going 164.
Try and arrow this in between those two.
60.
You see what he was attempting. Comes up dry though in the search for a treble. MVG, there are no more socks to pull up.
And Uruguay won 104.
No finish. No finish. But he knows he's coming back to make it 5-4.
Well, MVG is in a little spell here where it's taken him 6 visits to win a leg of darts.
24.
And it was good enough for the last 2 legs. It's not good enough for this one. Danny Noppert is a leg away from beating mighty Michael van Gerwen.
We touched on the UK Open final. What you've just seen there, last dart in hand, was one of the main reasons that he won the UK Open final. The amount of legs he won, last dart in hand against Michael Smith, and it was not the stuffing out of Smith.
108.
But the brilliance of Noppert coming to the fore once more.
140.
Well, we saw a barrage of 180s from Martijn Kleermaker earlier that took out arguably the form man in world darts, Michael Smith. Danny Noppert has hit 6 in this display so far, and once again, last start in the treble, last start in the double. Danny Noppert has been almost flawless with his last start right the way through the game.
140.
And for an opponent standing behind, boy, is that annoying. You ask any of the top pros. And that's the beauty of Noppert at the moment. Just when you think you're going to get an opportunity, you don't. Oh, unlucky, unlucky.
126.
Noppert here
And Uruguay 81.
for a spectacular win. To win it.
56.
That might be the first time he's missed the bullseye in the entire game. To save himself. Oh, that's a horrible dart. It is a horrible dart. And his chance of saving himself just disappears as Danny Noppert gets more match darts.
Oh, Michael van Gerwen has played really, really well. But he hasn't been in the same league as Danny Noppert. And Noppert, who is getting better and better and better, is through to the Dutch Masters quarter-final. And Danny Noppert, on this form, will take some beating in this tournament. He'll beat Michael van Gerwen in spectacular fashion by 6 legs to 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome first, making his 2nd World Series appearance, the 2020 World Grand Prix finalist, currently ranked number 14 in the world, this young genius, Dirk van Duijvenbode! Let's go! for his opponent. He is the reigning world match play champion, the two-time and reigning world champion, currently ranked #1 in the world. It's Snake Bite, Peter Wright!
Game on.
The way the Dutch have played this evening, they're all on a run, and he must be walking on that stage thinking it's our evening.
59.
But at the moment, Stu, it has been their evening. There was one thing that he come out with about why he still works, and he said, "I'm not spoiled,"
100.
and I like that because it keeps his feet on the ground. He doesn't sit at home all day and get bored of practice. It's sometimes the way to go in
77.
the early part of your career.
He enjoys it. The company he works for give him all the time that he needs to play his sport.
91.
It's been a terrific night, hasn't it? Danny Noppert, the standout performer for me.
39.
Martin Kleermaker, not too far behind, but some big performances from the Dutch.
Yeah, I kind of felt a little bit sorry for Michael van
Oh,
Gerwen
no.
because he had just under a 97 average, 66% on his doubles, took out 141. But that first leg against Noppert, as we see Van Dijvenbode put in the first maximum of the match. I mean, the first leg, Michael wants 36 after 9 and doesn't come back to the board because Noppert goes out in 11. It's probably the best I've seen Michael Danny Noppert play. But Peter Wright there, leaving 30 with the 180.
That was a superb response, though. 180 from Van Dijvenbode, 180 from Wright. Now, can he finish it off? Opening leg against the darts. No, he can't. I get it going for the 180.
Well,
After the 180 from his opponent, I don't have a problem with that. But
yeah, but that might cost him the leg, Stu.
it might well do. And it does, but he might well have hit it. He didn't. An intriguing start.
If
Dijvenbode.
his opponent was on a double, I can understand hitting the 180 to get a bit of noise going to try and put him off. But he was well over the 100, so, you know, it is personal preference, and when you're on a flow, just hitting the big scores is what you do. But sometimes it does come back and bite you.
96.
Yeah, Saturday night for the quarterfinals, semi-finals and final.
66.
Are we going to have a new World Series winner at the Dutch Masters? Here comes Dirk.
140.
Do you know, I think Peter Wright changed his darts. It's unusual for Wright, isn't it?
I give up. He may well have changed them.
54.
He may well be using them for the first time, the second time, the third time, but you get to the stage when it's who cares?
He's probably got a ton of tungsten laying around at home. I don't remember any other player in history change their darts
95.
and still play at the top like Peter Wright has.
He's a winner.
Apparently Dave Whitcomb was a little bit like that, but
58.
Certainly not as good as Peter Wright.
He wants to stay there to leave 104.
104.
Brilliant dart.
Making 156.
That's pressure. Absolutely. He's flying, isn't he? You can tell on that stage.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, Steve, all the Dutch have been on a right run this evening. So it started off with Watermina and it's carried on. Double 16 now for Wright to level it up.
88. He requires 16.
So, to double his lead against the double world champion.
Well, just move to the right. That opens it up a little bit. Oh, it's missed. A let off for Peter Wright.
That's a real opportunity for the Dutchman.
Yes, on the second leg, Peter Wright.
It's a wasted opportunity for the Dutchman.
100.
Happens with the trebles, only with the doubles.
Well, that's a difference for Dirk and a few other players. A couple of years ago, missing those darts at a double would affect their mentality for the next 3, 6, 9 darts, and all of a sudden they'd lose another leg. But now they don't. They get back up, they focus.
58.
First time these two have met for nearly 2 years, would you believe?
140.
Since Dirk won a match in the group stages at the Grand Slam. Sometimes happens like that. You get players who seem to meet every week.
Well, 19s have got to be the route now for Van Duijvenbode. Now, the 18s, that leaves the bullseye.
90.
Chance for Peter Wright to break the throw.
96.
96. Probably a decent check out. They've had 4 out of 6 attempts at it.
He went double-double. Always worth the gamble.
Oh yeah, that was the route. But throwing it that far high was way off, wasn't it?
Matters not. 2-1 to Van Duijvenbode.
Peter to throw first. Hey.
Van Duijvenbode could win this one. What a heck of a night it would be for Dutch darts, but you can't really say with the quality that they have that you would be surprised.
No, I said 4.
Well, you were wrong.
Please. Oh yes, I was wrong, yes.
It's more.
It is. Yeah, there's a couple that I didn't think would happen. I thought that Michael Smith would win the way he's been playing, and Gerwyn Price, but Van der Voort against Gerwyn Price pulled off what he used to do a few years back, and certainly Van Duijvenbode is absolutely smashing this treble 20. And this is the 3rd time that a player has had a chance at the 9.
What a leg. 3-180. Now then, Dirk Van Duijvenbode. Be careful, be careful.
Yeah, he was really annoyed with himself there, wasn't he?
94.
That would have been
Injury
something.
required 130.
There we go, good catch. He might lose the leg yet. Well, he missed 3 darts to break the Peter Wright throw in the second leg. He's going to have 2 more here. Double 16, Dirk, not double 8.
Well, it looked like he was going for double 8, didn't it? Both legs on the right throw. Van Dovenbode has had the darts at the double first, and is Wright going to go for the dreaded 9 and hit it? No.
18. Mercury required 32.
Now double 8.
There's a ball
Double 8 takes Van Duivenbode into a 3-1 lead against the world number 1.
The pressure on the former world champion, world number 1, Peter Wright. Still look composed, though, Peter Wright, I've got to say. He doesn't look flustered, does he? Like the pressure's got to him yet. However, if he loses this leg, we may see a little bit different.
97.
Never persuade me otherwise, Rob. I just love darts players who wear their hearts on their sleeves, and you see the emotion on the stage, whether it's delight or despair.
Well, I think the difference between the Dutch and the PDC people this evening, as we just see is that the Dutch have been playing for their country as well. And when you play for your country, you always find an extra 5-10%, and that's been quite relevant in a lot of the matches we've seen. You know, Wadamina, Clearmaker, you know, and a few of the others, they've been playing for their country.
48.
I like his thinking. With Peter Wright back on 227, why not go for double-double? Bit of a show, man.
Yeah, well, he obviously didn't like the double top. That's why he went for them 16s on 80.
Mercury required 32.
Yeah, it's a good holder throw, but it's, you know, 17 dart leg, which Peter Wright will be angry with.
Could be 5-0.
Yeah, he shouldn't let his opponent throw more than 15.
91.
He's going to get back into this game. We've got to see 15 and under. Maybe a 12 darter against the throw for Wright, but at the moment,
140.
and he looks so up for it, doesn't he, Dirk? Blimey.
It hasn't scored well enough, Peter Wright.
No, the power score in the 180s and the 140s, you know, 42 on the 180s, 6-4 on the 140s. And so Peter's been well and truly outscored at the moment.
434.
World number 14 could be the top 10 in the world by the time the...
25.
Well, there you go, sums up Peter Wright's night. By the time the World Championship comes around, he's got a bit of money to defend between now and then.
140.
He plays darts on the edge.
Certainly does. He's taking the game to Peter Wright.
140. Mercury require 87.
Going to get a dart at the bullseye. treble 17 would be the dart he wants to see. And it is double 18.
69.
Should get another go.
Uruguay 145.
Peter Wright looking at 145. So this for 5-1.
59.
Does switch occasionally. He might switch here. No, he's going straight for it. Well, you can't believe he quite often does switch.
Uruguay 86.
But this is an unexpected opportunity.
Yeah, but it may only be the bullseye, which it is going to be the bullseye. Oh, and that was dead centre. Peter Wright gets himself out of the hole on the 86.
Well, Van Dijvenbode had 5 darts to go, 5-1 in front.
Well, he had 3 darts at double 8 to go 2-0 up. So he's been leading all the way, and Peter Wright is just chasing, and in the end, I mean, if you look at Peter Wright's average, it's only 89. And here's the darts at the doubles per leg, and that's the 5th maximum for Van Dijvenbode.
You saw Kleermaker hit 6 against Michael Smith. Noppert hit 6 against Michael van Gerwen.
140.
Van Dijvenbode matched them. Good darts again from Dirk.
Yeah, he's front 9 scoring up to 116 is the Dutchman's, which is excellent. There we have it. His overall average just under the 100. So this is a real good, strong performance. Not going to lose too many with those averages. Stu?
What a way. 11 dart leg.
Game.
And that was with the throw. It takes your opponent right out of the equation.
Still 8 in the game in 8 legs of darts, by the way.
87.
He was disappointed, wasn't he? He thought he was going to get the lot once more. Chance for Peter Wright. 11 darts to hit.
Well, Wright, he's got to clear this up, win the next one against the throw, and then you could see it go to a nervy last legger, which anything can happen. However, he's got to take
14.
Plenty of time, but they're scruffy darts still.
Yeah, I've just realised as well, we've seen him of late playing in a pair of glasses, haven't we? Peter Wright, not tonight.
58. Uruguay 32. On the 8th leg.
That's 1 down, 3 to go as far as Peter Wright is concerned, but that means he's going to have to break the Van Dijvenbode throw twice.
81.
Yeah, normally Wright's pretty good at pitching over the top of the flight, which he did with the 3rd dart. But just one treble a visit is not going to be enough, because this guy's, you know, he's going to step up and hit a couple of trebles sooner or later. Well, a big chance here. 140 for Wright, gets in the throw. Well, 180 really gives him command. Oh, and there's plenty of room to the left of that first dart. And he finds it. What a time for a maximum from Peter Wright. And what a time to return it.
That isn't bad. Van Dijvenbode joins Noppert and Kleermaker in hitting 6 180s in a match. 10 we've had, and this is only the 9th leg.
I don't know why he didn't go down an open treble. He could have left himself a shot at a double, but Van Dijvenbode's going to set it up. He's going to get possibly 2 darts to beat Peter Wright. Let's see if Wright does not take out this one 6-1. That is not going to happen.
To wrap up a fabulous win. Dirk Van Dijvenbode wraps up a Dutch darting masterclass on the opening night of the Dutch Darts Masters. Brilliant performance, 6 180s and a 6-3 win against the world champ and world #1.